Hey, I'm Nason with Here Technologies, today to talk to you about our new product, the digital overlay. And it's for the HearBack Pro mixer. It's a small, thin device that actually mounts on an existing mixer, and it's got 17 little OLED screens that basically label all of the channels. So this was actually an idea that we had when we were initially designing the HearBack Pro mixer. But back at that time, it was a bit expensive, and since then, some of the pricing on this technology has come down. In fact, back then we were looking at LCD screens, and since then the OLED, or organic light emitting diode technology, has come out and is really common on the market. So one nice feature about that actually too is that each of the pixels emits light. So even in like real bright stage lighting or low light conditions, you can read those screens real easily. We came out with this idea because a lot of recording studios especially were complaining, that they'd have to basically come out and relabel the mixer for every group that was coming in to record. So what they were doing was using tape, and they would have to go in there and redo the tape. So initially what we did was we came out with a paper overlay that would go on the mixer, and that would at least allow you to save your labeling and then put it back on later so you could kind of swap labeling. But a lot of people said, we'd really love to see some kind of an electronic way to label these things because it would make it a breeze for changing out, different bands and not having to go out, especially if you've got like 24 mixers. Some of these studios have a lot of these things. So we decided to look back into this idea of putting screens on each of these channels. So we actually were able to do it in about 2 millimeters, and it's basically just a real thin piece of plastic that you just mount on top of an existing mixer, or you can actually order a HearBack Pro mixer with this already installed. And it plugs into the expansion card slot that's on the side of the mixer, and that's how it gets all of its power and all of the data to display onto the screens there. There's also a large screen up at the top, and that's kind of handy because as you're making adjustments, you'll see, it says, okay, the volume's 3%, or when you go into pan mode, if somebody is broadcasting intercom, it'll basically kind of give you a little bit more information up there. Another neat thing is you can actually send text messages from the iOS app to just one mixer or to everybody. So to label all these channels, there's 2 ways you can do it. One way is you can connect a USB cable up to the hub here, and you can use either our hub configurator app for PC, or you can simply just open up the config.txt file that will show up when you plug this into your computer. It basically just shows up like a USB memory stick. And you can go in there and it basically lists out the channels. You can change them between mono and stereo, and you can label each of the channels. The other way you can update those names is with the iOS app, which I've got that here. So you can open that up, and as long as you've got a wireless access point, you can plug that into the hub, and then you can download the iOS app for free. You can do that on an iPhone or iPad, whatever you like. You can even store multiple configuration files with different names. So if you're working with one band in the morning, you could save that file and name it the band's name, maybe the date, and then you got another band coming in later. You could save that configuration file with all those names on it, and then have another one. Give all the channels different names, and then when that band comes back later on, you can open that file back up and not have to actually rename everything manually. So really trying to make your guys' life a lot easier. We're listening to you. A lot of these things that we do are from your suggestions, so we love to hear from you. Let us know what you want to see next. And we'll try to make it happen. So yes, absolutely. You can get the overlay through Sweetwater. So check out our website at heartechnologies.com. We're also on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Or pick up the phone. We'd love to hear from you. Check us out on the Sweetwater website as well.